Hello everyone, Salam Nacho. I hope that you all are doing well. In this video, we will discuss the second part of Unit 8, which is called the electricity. But before we move on to study electricity, we will have a look on atoms. You may have studied in your chemistry lessons too that atoms are the smallest particle of matter. So solid, liquid, and even gas is made up of atom. Atom has three main parts known as proton, which is positively charged, electron, which is negatively charged, and neutrons, which do not have any charge at all. If we have a look on the structure of an atom, we will see that protons and neutrons combine together to form the center of the atom, which is also known as the nucleus. The electrons revolve around the nucleus on its orbits. The number of electrons and the number of protons is equal in an atom. So an atom does not have any charge because the number of electrons and protons are equal and they make the charge as neutral. Now, electric charge is the basic property of electrons, protons and neutrons. It states that all the subatomic particles of atom have some kind of charge. So things with opposite charge pull on each other while the things with negative charge push on each other. But we will study in detail in our coming slides. Now as we have studied what electrons and negative charge is, we can move to the concept of electricity. Electricity or electric current is known as the flow of electrons in one direction, where electric stands for electrons and current stands for flow. So together we define them as the flow of electrons. Electrostatics or static electricity is the branch of electricity that studies electric charges at rest. Now in electricity we said the electrons are in movement, they are in flow, but in static electricity they do not move. They are in their rest position until they are touched by another body and then they start to flow. Charging is a process of adding or removing electrons from a body. There are two methods of charging a body mentioned in the book. The first method is charging a body by rubbing it with another body. So when we rub two bodies which have different amount of charge, the electrons move from more negatively charged body to less negatively charged body. Or we can say that electrons will move from negative body to the positive body. The common example is rubbing of plastic comb or balloon with our hair. So the plastic comb or balloon is negatively charged, and when they are rubbed with our hair, the electrons are transferred to our hair. The second method is charging by conduction. Conduction can be also referred as sharing or touching. What happens is when a neutral body touches a charged body, the electrons are shared and the neutral body becomes charged. So we can say that the electrons are shared between more negative to less negative body. How can we discharge a body? For discharging a body, we need to remove the electric charges from the charged body. We can do it by making it touch by a conductor. Anything that allows the electricity to pass through it is called a conductor. So if the body can be touched by a metal or even by our own body, because our body is also a conductor, it can be easily discharged. The last topic of this video is the law of electrostatics, which pretty much states the things that we have already studied. So the law says that all the charged bodies exert forces on each other, same charges repel each other, so two positively charged bodies will push or repel each other. Opposite charges attract each other, so a positive and a negative charged body will attract each other. Other than that, it states that electric charges are non-contact forces, which we have already studied. Negative charges is represented by this negative sign, while the positive charge is represented by the plus sign. So in this video, we discussed the structure of an atom, we discussed what electricity is and what is the difference between normal electricity and static electricity. Then we discussed how we can charge a body and discharge a body. In the end, we discussed the law of electrostatics. I hope that you understood what has been discussed here. If not, you can rewatch the video. Thank you.